I'm kind of covering my pickle guy. It's all right.
Scoot in.
Get like real close to Paul.
Yeah.
All right, welcome everyone to the Pickle Show. I don't know if this is gonna be the Pickle Show. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm here with my good friend Paul Underwood. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Paul.
First off, it's Paul and Silas. You get it?
Paul and Silas. I bet the 3 people that are watching this don't get it, but our friends will get it.
Our friends will get it.
Our friends will watch it.
We know at the tournament in Austin, nobody got
it.
Get it? Paul and Silas are all like, yeah, that's your name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we get it.
Well, first off, I met Paul playing at Waco Regional, right?
Yeah.
Paul is significantly older than me.
Twice as old.
Twice as old, but still play together on the court. I think this is one of the things I love about the sport is that it's the only sport I've ever played that I've got to play with people twice my age and it be competitive.
Yeah.
Like in any other sport, it's not going to be competitive, but we actually played together in a tournament. Speaking of which, before we get started, this is our paddle. I need you to sign my paddle up here.
Okay.
So in the background, one of the things is this paddle that we won at the Kitchen Open, and I need you to sign it. There's also a medal over there on the wall that you're gonna have to sign as well. I'll have to get Christine in here because she has her paddle up there. But yeah, now you'll forever have your name etched on the show. But anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the sport. I know you're also a coach, and we'll get into that later, but let's just start from the beginning.
So, yeah, we are visiting my son-in-law, and he lived, at the time they lived in Rochester, Minnesota, my daughter and son-in-law. He's a doctor there. He had a day off, and it was a beautiful day, and we were all kind of wondering, what are we going to do? So he reaches into his car, and he pulls out these funny-looking pickleball. And I kind of exchanged a quick glance with my wife and kind of like, yeah, this is going to be lame. I'm going to go along with it, you know, because he's our son-in-law and everything. But okay, we'll go play pickleball. And we went out there, and I don't know, first 5 minutes, I mean, there's something deeply satisfying about that paddle hitting that little plastic ball. I mean, to me, it felt better than a golf club puring a 9-iron or a tennis racket or whatever. So I was like, man, I think I want to do this. So then we're living in Brownwood, Texas at the time. And I go back to Brownwood and walk up to the local park there, and lo and behold, there's this little laminated sign on the gate. Pickleball, and it had the days that they do it, you know. And of course, they're just tennis courts, but I signed up and showed up, and these people, they're dragging their temporary nets out of their car.
Dang.
There's taped lines on the tennis court, and we go out there, and then I discover there's this little community, and there's about 6 to 8 people in Brownwood that are playing. But then, I started playing. I started getting my buddy Stephen McCrane playing. Before long, the 8 comes 16, comes 36,
Dang.
comes 50, 80. I end up getting my neighbors involved.
How many years ago is that?
This was nearly 5 years ago, about 4.5 years ago.
When you first stepped onto the court.
Yeah.
So was it after COVID?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, after COVID. And then, you get your first paddle. I think I got on Pickleball Central and didn't get the worst, but didn't get the best. I bought like a Vulcan paddle for $59 or whatever. And then this guy shows up that was actually a tennis coach at Howard Payne University, and he shows me this Diadem Icon paddle. Feel this, and I've felt it, and it was all sticky, and mine was all smooth, So I'm gonna get me that Diadem paddle, and then I end up, I go online to the Diadem site, and I see become an ambassador, Shoot, I'm going to be an ambassador. I didn't think they would take me because who am I,
Yeah.
But I remember I getting this call from this guy named Corbin Gapsby, and if you're anywhere in Texas and you've been playing a lot of pickleball, you know this guy, Corbin. Anyways, Corbin convinces me to become a Diadem ambassador, and that's when it really started taking off. I mean, selling paddles and demoing paddles, and man, it's just been full steam ahead, and then it's amazing, you know, the meteoric rise, and then my skill level has risen too, but you know, you always start to worry about when, you know, I'm 60 now, so how often am I going to be able to stay on the court with Silas? I don't get the looks from you that I did a year ago, that when we played, that it was like, how did you do that? You know, now I'm giving you those looks all the time, and you're not giving me those looks that often. But I mean, that's just the quick story of how I've been involved. And I would say, I mean, I wouldn't even hesitate to tell you how many relationships that I've formed through this game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
What do you think is the reason it's taken off so much?
It's because it's a small court. You can carry on those conversations with people. I think that's a lot of it. The barrier to entry is hardly anything. You can go from not knowing anything about the game, and then in 10 minutes you're enjoying a game of pickleball. So I think those are the two main things. And then you get to obsess over the game before long, and then you get into all the little details of it. But I think that's it. It's just so accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about the accessibility for the older generations that have really jumped into this sport. I know there's like a big stereotype that pickleball is like for old people.
Right.
I mean, were they kind of the trendsetters?
Oh yeah. Whenever I got involved 4.5 years ago, the young people were not playing. So this is definitely something that filtered down to them. And I think there was the resistance there, just like there was a resistance for me, when I was first introduced to it. But yeah, I think it's because, the seniors just have more time on their hands. It is, you think about it, it's one of the few games that a senior could play. I'm still in pretty good shape, knock on wood, but we go out to Waco Regional, and there's seniors that you can tell they have mobility issues, but they can still play pickleball. What other sport can they play? I mean, you can't play tennis, you can't play volleyball.
Basketball.
Yeah, you can't play basketball. I just think it's just one of those sports that you can still enjoy later in life.
Yeah. It seems like it's
It's not that dangerous,
Yeah. Almost like somewhere in between golf and tennis.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of retired people play those two things.
And I think there's probably a lot of people that have tried golf, seniors, that get out on the pickleball court, but golf is hard.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Have you played any golf?
I have, yeah.
I used to be. If you'd have told me 5 years ago that I wasn't going to be riding around Brownwood Country Club playing golf in my golf cart, I'd have said you were crazy. But my life has just changed. I hadn't picked up a golf club but once, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
So it's not like riding a bike. I can tell you that.
that's an interesting thing. I think it has such a low bar of entry.
Yeah.
Where you can actually go and have fun. You can take almost anybody out there and at least get the ball over the net. Whereas in tennis, tennis is so hard to get the ball over the net and have a consistent rally. Like if you go out for the first time, you're getting the ball over once maybe, and then it could come back, but it's also there's a 50-50 shots going over the fence.
If you can get your serve in and you can get a return over, people will want to play with you. Now, if you can't do those two things, nobody's going to want to play with you.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So tell me about your Baylor pickleball coach.
Okay.
How the heck did that happen?
Just right place at right time, I guess. My wife and I decided to kind of totally change our lives. We uproot from Brownwood, where I was running a family restaurant, which my brother is still there. My wife was teaching at the university at Howard Payne. we're both Baylor grads. We sent both of our kids to Baylor. And I kept telling my wife, you could do this at Baylor. No, I don't think they would hire me, Well, we just had this change of life. We ended up selling our home there in Brownwood. Now we just have a really small studio home there in Brownwood. And we just make the leap. We decided we're going to try it in Waco. Jill got on immediately, really, in the education. She teaches in the education department at Baylor. So then it's just like, well, what am I going to do? I don't feel like I've lost the zeal to work. I was still going back and forth to Brownwood a little bit and working 2 days a week, but my heart just wasn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
And ultimately, my brother said, you know what? I think I got it. You don't have to keep paying yourself too much money. I want that money because I'm doing most of the work now. So you don't have to come to Brownwood anymore. So then it's like, well, what am I going to do? Well, I love pickleball. I love Baylor. And so I just go kind of looking to see what the collegiate, what the atmosphere is around Baylor, because I'd seen kind of just on all the websites I go to, I'd kind of seen that, hey, this college pickleball thing is kind of becoming a deal. So there was the president of this rec club. His name's Brady Small there, and right there on Fountain Mall at Baylor, one August, I guess now, 3 years ago. And they were setting up there, so well, I'm just going to go introduce myself and see if they're interested in starting a competitive club out of this rec club. And to Brady's credit, they could have taken one look at me and said, you know what, old man, I think we got this. No, thanks, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it. He heard me out and said, all right, let's do it. You can be the coach of the competitive team. And it just kind of went from there. We had our first tryouts. We had, I think, maybe 11 guys showed up and 4 girls showed up. So, we're looking for, 6 and 6 or 8 and 8 or something more than that. So the 4 girls just like, well, congratulations.
You made the team.
You're on the team.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we cut any of the guys. I can't remember.
Were any of those girls current girls?
Well, one of them was Landry.
Oh, cool.
Landry Laywell was one of them. Let's see, it was Landry, and it was Annie Wallace, and it was Laura Kate, who is still on the team, and then another girl named Brooke. So it was those 4 on that original team.
What about the guys? Were they any the same?
Yeah. Gabe and Peyton. Did you ever know Adam Goodman?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Adam.
So these were, well, not, Adam, I know he was a grad student, but the rest were coming, freshman or sophomore?
Yeah. Yep. So, we've had, of course, we've had
hold on.
turnovers.
I want to pause for a second.
Okay.
So when they go out for tryout and they meet you,
Yeah.
what was that interaction like when they walked out there and there was like, here's this guy? So when, my college experience, obviously playing college football, like, it's obviously not college football, but when you go out to a sport, you expect a coach to have this like long history of playing a sport.
Right.
And when they go out there and meet you for the first time, how did you even speak to them with some confidence and authority?
Well, I did get my PPR coaching certification.
Okay.
So I had this little piece of paper, and I didn't show it to them or anything, but I think I let them know that somehow, and hopefully nobody from the PPR is watching this, but it was kind of a joke, to get this certification, especially the day that I went, because it just poured down rain, and we spent more time pushing water off the courts than anything
learning.
else.
Yeah.
But I had that, and I really think that the people who showed up were just so excited.
Yeah.
That they were just willing to follow me into this deal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I face a lot of raised eyebrows with that.
Yeah. But realistically, how many legit quote unquote pickleball coaches are there in college? Like, it's not an NCAA sport yet, right?
Yeah.
It's a club sport,
right,
for all the schools, and
yeah.
How many universities have a club team right now?
There's quite a few that have a club team. If you go, when we go play Duper Nationals in March or April, there will be 64 to 66 teams.
But most of those teams are relatively new, like the last 10 years, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And you're asking how many are there like me?
Yeah.
I can probably count them on one hand.
Okay.
So yeah, that is.
Where do they get the coaches in other schools?
I know like Drury, which is in Missouri. Jared is the coach there, and they are. I don't know really what this does for them, but they're not a club sport. The university recognizes them in their athletic department as a real sport. So, and I think there's a couple, and so they offer even scholarships. I mean, I've talked to Jared. He said,
Dang.
you know, it may be like $1,000, just enough for a kid to say, yeah, I'm on a pickleball scholarship. You know.
Dang. I wonder how that would feel walking around saying I got a pickleball scholarship.
Yeah.
I think that one of the things that I have loved about learning the sport is it has this like crazy dichotomy of so much fun and worth the time and energy,
Yeah.
but also ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think it comes from the name. I really think it comes from the name, and it's like for all the skeptics, I don't think I ever was like a super stereotypical skeptic of like this is a lame sport, but I guess it was more, I wouldn't say it was negative, it was just like, oh, this is just like a game. This isn't a sport, this is a game.
Yeah.
It's like a funny game.
Yeah. When did it click for you?
It clicked for me the day I got kicked out of your guys' group. No, I think, yeah, it was that day because.
I will show these people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't so much that as when I saw you guys playing, and a group of 12 older people willing to show up at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
It's probably 7 because we didn't want to mix with the people that show up.
Yeah,
at
you
8.
didn't want to mix with the lowly 3.0 and below like me at the time. I was like, dang, there's these people who are like serious enough to gather early and play.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there, and so because I had come to open play. My story is that I came to open play the week before to just be like, let me just see what this is like, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was doing CrossFit. I had a competition the week before that. It was August of last year. I was at a competition and I was sitting there like, this ain't fun, man. Like, what am I gonna just do CrossFit the rest of my life?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It fed the like competitive, like I want to be better.
Oh, you get that. There's that sense of inner drive, but there's, it's just you.
And it's all working out.
Yeah.
It's just like people, like I'm big on this idea of play, and that's something I really want to get into as I make content about pickleball. Is the art of play. I've studied it my whole life, and there's something so fascinating about the idea of play and what true play is.
Yeah.
And I would say that when I was doing CrossFit, it wasn't true play. It was more of like growth and discipline and those things, but it wasn't play because I think play is something that just comes out so naturally. You don't have to force yourself to do it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. That's like one component of it. And so I'm sitting here at this CrossFit competition, and I'm thinking to myself, like, there's got to be something else I could do with my life because I spent 30. I guess when I started playing football or competitive sports, I was probably like 5, you know? And so from 5 to 30, there's this like thing I can work towards that gets me out and I move my body and I like grow as a person and as a player and I build relationships and all these things for so long.
Yeah.
And then with football, it ends.
Yeah.
You can't play football the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And so there was this period of like missing, like there was a hole in my life that was missing where if you don't grow up with sports, you don't have that hole. You might never have that hole, which is why so many people, I think, have like fallen in love with pickleball because for the first time in their life, they're having that thing, that whole met. They're filled.
Yeah.
That maybe I had when I was younger, or people who grew up on athletics.
Yeah.
And so I'm at that competition. I was like, maybe I'm just gonna try something else. I'm gonna try pickleball. So that I was like, next Saturday, because it was a Saturday I was working out. I was like, next Saturday I'm gonna show up to Waco Regional. I saw that they have open play, and I'm gonna play. So I get there 9 a.m. that next Saturday, and I see that group already playing, and I'm like, wait a second. Open play started at 9. Why are those people over there? And then somebody said like, oh, that's like, those are the good players. And so I was like, all right, noted. Next week I'm gonna show up at 7 o'clock. I didn't know. I didn't have anybody's numbers, names, nothing. I'm like, next week I'm just gonna show up hoping that they're there. And so I showed up there. I got there before the 12 showed up, and not everybody knows everybody. So I guess the people there originally just assumed.
Right.
Oh, maybe he got invited, right?
Yeah.
Well, obviously I didn't get invited when that 13th person showed up, and so I'm just playing. But my whole goal was to prove, like, hey, if you guys invite me, I'll show up and I can play, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I got kicked out of that group, but I got invited, and that's when I was like, okay, this could be fun. I think that was the first time I heard the word dink.
It's kind of a big part of pickleball.
It is. That is funny. That is like a stage of the development of pickleball. Is you learn the word dink. And then that's where it started to get real for me. I was like, oh, like here's something I can get better at.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Everyone, I can play it for a long time, clearly, because everyone here is twice my age or whatever.
Right.
And I just had fun with it. I remember I immediately, I went to Amazon. I bought like a Eula Ben John's paddle. He's the only person he's the first person that pops up.
Yeah.
I bought this like little ball machine, this little like janky ball machine that would shoot balls in my garage.
I mean, I'm keen. Believe me, I bought a lot of pickleball gadgets. I haven't gotten to the ball machine yet.
Well, it's a janky one. It was like $90, so it only gave you like 13.
Okay.
So I'm hitting 13, and then I'm going and gathering them all and having to go put them in there. And I tried to build like an extra little thing that I could put more in to have it drop. It never worked. I wasn't gonna spend $2,000 on it. Like
so what is Taylor saying to you at this point?
I think she's just laughing to herself. I'm in the garage. Like I spray painted like a line.
The line. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm in there like practicing my drop, and they're like, it's like I don't know why I'm a little embarrassed right now, but I have clips. I have clips of me in the garage, like just like the ball shooting at me and.
So you're like, and then you're examining, you're looking at your clips and like learning from them?
A little bit, yeah. Like on my backhand, when I was trying to learn a backhand, I was watching it. And I mean, I immediately go into sport mode. Like sport mode for me, it's like, okay, if I want to get better at things, what are all the things I need to do? And so I immediately start doing all those things.
Yeah.
And that's probably why, like, along with athleticism, I rapidly improved because it's like the same process that I'd go through my whole life in sports. I just took it and went to pickleball, which it sounds ridiculous because of the name pickleball. But if it was tennis, it wouldn't even be a thing. Like, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's weird that you were practicing by yourself,
So what would you? I'm interviewing you now.
Perfect.
What would you call it? Have you thought about another name that you would?
That is a good question. I don't think it should change. I love the fact that it is the name it is, because as someone who played like arguably the most like serious, like take this seriously sport in America, which is American football.
Yeah.
Like the one that everybody shows up to and it's like you make these hype videos where it's so intense, and it's like you go to a football game and there's like this intense pre-game video that gets the crowd hype, but it's like nobody thinks, oh, that's like lame.
Oh yeah.
But it kind of is. Like if you've seen how we shoot them.
Oh yeah.
It sounds stupid, but when you put the music and all that stuff, it's like, oh, this is super cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
as someone who's like experienced that and my whole life learning that at the very core, the most like the purest essence of the game is play. It don't matter what the sport is. And so what I like about the name pickleball is that it constantly reminds you that you like, yes, you should take it serious in the sense that you should try to play your best and have fun and compete. But at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Yeah.
And that's the same with football. It took me my whole life to become the best football player that I could be. I had to get to the point where I had to say, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
It's just a game. And so when I'm playing pickleball, it's just this reminder, dude, it's a game.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you can like do your best to compete and win and blah, blah, blah. But I think I always see it. It's just a reminder every single time that at the essence, I want to play, and I want the people around me to feel encouraged. I want the people around me to have a good time, a fun time. My goal almost every time is that the people I'm playing with would say, I would play with him again.
Yeah.
Not, oh man, that guy's just way too good for me.
Right.
Or he just sighs and is negative every time I make a mistake. Or he jokes around too much to where I can't even play with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Just to kind of complete the college deal, you asked me how many me's are out there, and that's probably one of my kind of disappointments now that I'm going into my third year of doing this, and there's still, all around, there's not that many that I can, bounce stuff off of or confide with out there at other schools.
When you say me, are you talking about people your age or?
No, well, just coaches, just people that are in charge of the programs. Even if it's a club sport, club sports have coaches. I mean, Baylor Rugby's got a coach, lacrosse has got a coach.
So you're saying a lot of the schools just have players, they don't have coaches?
Just players.
Okay.
So they cycle in and out. So you see this ebb and flow. Like 2 years ago, A&M had a really good pickleball program. And then, all four of the two best guys and the two best girls graduate, and it's like, what happened to A&M pickleball, And now, they're coming back up again, but you have that. So probably mine and Julie Lowe's, our biggest benefit is that we're going to provide the continuity for the program.
Yeah.
So, when these kids graduate, then there's something that's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So there's that, and just getting to drill and coach the kids.
Yeah.
Now the very best players, especially on the guys' end, they're not that interested, and I get it. I'm not out there trying to tell them. I joke with our top player Peyton all the time. You need to lob more, and lobbing is not a thing in the collegiate game. But so now it's like a joke. He threw up a lob in College Station last weekend, and he looked over at me, and it was a great lob. But then you got, maybe the girls, numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the ones that I can help. Like I went out today and I drilled with Zoya today, and we kind of fixed her backhand. And it's a simple thing like, when you take the paddle back, try putting your left hand just on top of the paddle at the back. Mm-hmm. You don't have to hit a 2, but just do it for a little bit of stability in the back. And it clicked for her. It worked. I can do quite a bit with people that aren't at that top level. Mm-hmm. I'm not a good enough coach yet to take somebody from really good to great. I don't know if I'll ever get there. Jacob and Christine, I think you've had Christine on the show.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, anyways, there are people here in Waco that see the game better than I do. Julie, our assistant coach, she sees the game really well. I'm learning. I'm getting better. I'm going to coach it the way I play it, and I also realize that, there's other ways to do it.
Yeah.
The other thing we worked on is the girl I worked with today, she, we were doing some fast hand stuff,
Yeah.
And then she finally told me she changes her grip from forehand to backhand. And I'm going, well, so you're trying to change your grip as the ball is firing at you. You can't do that. You know, you've got to just keep one grip. And so, you know, we're working through that. So, do you change your grip from forehand to backhand?
As soon as you said that, I started thinking. Everything checked out. I'm like, what did I do?
I would hazard to guess you do not.
Let me see this paddle. So when I get to the net, this is like when I'm back.
Yeah.
When I get to the net, I usually switch to about here.
Because you're thinking backhand first. You've got to think backhand first because you got to protect the body.
Yeah. And then I don't switch this mid. Like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
But I do, I have this problem, I feel like. When I do switch to this, I have a hard time hitting a forehand like that. Mm-hmm. So if I'm in a battle.
So I'm learning how to beat you right now.
So this is something that's funky. So they attack me this way. This is kind of a weird shot. Like, I can't really.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to switch?
I don't switch. I mean, I just keep the one. Just keep the one grip. But there are people that do. But just little things like that. So I hope I'm doing some good. Sometimes I feel like, you know, am I telling them the right thing or not? You know, you worry about that and really screwing somebody up.
But I mean, you're doing it. That's the thing. Like you said, most places don't even have anybody doing it. And I would always rather have a coach than not have a coach at all. Yeah. At the very least, just knowing someone's in your corner is super helpful. And
secretly, I mean, the reason why I do this is because it makes me better too. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the big secret. They have to play with me, Silas.
Yeah, you always have a partner.
Yeah.
You can be like, hey, mandatory practice right now.
There you go.
Only 3 of you can come, though.
There you go.
Okay, tell me about the courts, though. So at Baylor University, we have 12 new pickleball courts that have been there less than a year now.
Yeah.
And it's called Underwood Pickleball Courts after my man Paul Underwood here. So tell me how that whole thing came about.
Well, you know, the first 2 years, you know, that we had the team, we had to pay Waco Regional, you know, a little bit, and they were great to work with us on, you know, half-price drop-in fees, you know, for the team. But we were having to pay to go out there and practice. And there were Jill and I Jill's my wife, we benefited from, you know, coming in to Baylor and seeing the campus with kind of a new set of eyes. I mean, we knew the campus, but people become used to their surroundings. Mm-hmm. And people had gotten used to the way those dilapidated tennis courts looked. I mean, they're right in the smack dab middle of campus.
Yeah.
And they had these hideous hitting walls that had 4 of them, real tall things. Did you ever see those?
Yeah.
There's holes in them. Squirrels, I figured out, are storing their winter nuts inside these hitting walls. The courts are filthy. But kids are out there still. You'd go out there, and there's 4 tennis nets, and kids would be out there, and they convinced them to line some pickleball lines out there. Well, there's no ATPs or anything because you've got this long, and there's just there's a pickleball court, but you're playing on tennis nets, basically. Yeah. So I go see Kim Scott, who's head of campus rec at Baylor. I said, you know, let's turn this into pickleball courts. I go out, and I'm not an architect by any means, but I go buy graph paper, and I'm out there with my measuring tape, and I'm measuring, and I'm drawing to scale. It's to scale, but I mean, I should have brought these little pencil drawings on graph paper.
Dang, that would be cool.
I said, look, you know, here's what we could do, you know, out there on there. And Kim says, Paul, I know. I mean, believe me, we know what's happening to pickleball. We know it's getting popular. But Baylor is not going to do anything without money. I just thought maybe they just could throw some money at it and do it. Y'all do it. They're not going to do it. If it's not for your scholarship athletes, walking into your brand, wow, look at this locker room, or whatever. Look at the fudge football practice, or whatever. Baylor's not going to do it without the money. So I kind of walked out I'm kind of convicted, we're going to do this. And I start trying to think, well, who could I, and I checked with 3 or 4 different people. And Julie Lowe was actually one of them. And she's like, we're tapped out. Well, they had I know how much they have already done for Baylor. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I get it. And finally, it just struck me, and I think if this was a God thing or whatever, God just said, well, you just need to do it, We had lived off and had our football tickets and everything through Jill's dad, who's Dr. Red Covington, very well-respected surgeon in town, was the team doctor for Baylor. We'd kind of, we always had our football tickets through them, and Red, and then they would give money to Baylor, and we would get to reap the benefits. It was kind of our time just to step up and do it. And once I made that decision, Jill was, she was on board, and we just did it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And you go out there now to the courts at Baylor, and there's 100 kids out there.
That was the best feeling, and I can tell you, last April, I mean, tears would well up going out there and seeing that, because you think that's going to be the case. You think that the 12 that were out there playing on the tennis nets, you think, well, that could grow, but to see it, yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I didn't know that whole story.
They were going to say Paul and Jill Underwood pickleball courts, and we took the Paul and Jill off and just did the Underwood. But yeah,
that is so neat, man. I love that. And every time I go out there, I mean, it's always filled with kids. Yeah. Even on early mornings on Saturdays where college kids should be asleep, there's still 12 kids out there playing.
It's become the most popular deal on campus, and I think because of where it's located. I mean, we took an ugly part of campus and we made it beautiful. We made it useful. That's what, I mean, if we'd have built it, on the other side of University Parks, from scratch or whatever, which, I mean, there's benefits from doing it from scratch. We'd have done post-tension concrete. There's things that you could have done, but also you're talking, more money there too. But just the fact, I think it's popular because it's
right there.
You can walk from every dorm.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it popular.
Yeah. I love that, Paul. And man, I really have enjoyed getting to know you. And I don't know. I think playing in that tournament too made me realize how just how down to earth you are, how relatable you are. How childlike you are. This is aside, but we're playing in this tournament, and before the tournament even starts, Paul's like, look, I have this concert I have to get to. And he's going to the concert by himself, for one. If that doesn't tell you about Paul, the type of person that would just go to a concert by himself and have a great time, that's Paul. And so we're playing in this tournament, and we're winning. We're winning every match, but
everything that could happen to slow down the day for us happened.
Yeah. So there was a team that didn't show up, and then they showed up, and kind of discombobulated the whole system.
And we still didn't start till 3 p.m.
Yeah, and so at the tournament too, you have these little baskets. You pick up your basket, and then you go to your court, and you play it, and then you take the basket back. Well, everybody, and I mean everybody, this is a massive tournament, so there's hundreds of baskets constantly going to and fro. Everybody's just walking their basket casually down, and then there's one guy who grabs the basket, and you just see him sprinting, this old guy sprinting to get his basket in because he needs to get this tournament done with so he can get to his concert.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Not only did the people not know who Paul and Silas biblically were, nobody knew who Haim was.
Oh yeah.
And that's who I was going to go see, the Haim sisters. I mean, they're, yeah.
Which is it all girls?
All girls.
Which there you go. So he kept telling all the people before the games, man, we got to get we got to get this game going because I got to go see Haim. And every single opponent that we played against was like no idea who that was.
They had no
and
idea.
I told him like, Paul, I don't know who that is. They're not gonna know who it is. And it took about 4 or 5 teams before he realized, okay, maybe nobody, maybe knows who Haim is. But no, I enjoyed that tournament so much with you, and I'm so glad that I went down and played it. And
So I'm going to finish the story there because
go for it.
you could kind of sense my restlessness going on, and so. I mean, and you and I together, we're kind of breezing our way to the finals.
Yeah.
And we finally get to the final match. And even that, the ladies running it tried to go out. You can't start yet. Well, anyway, so we're starting. So we played. And we won the first game.
Easily, yeah.
But then we lost the second game.
Yeah, and I think that was our first loss of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was 2 out of 3. Every other game was one game.
Yeah.
So that was our first loss.
So Silas was getting a little perturbed at me. He was, and I know because the whole time I was in a hurry, and Silas is thinking, he's going to lose this because he's thinking about Haim and not. So, and we get down 4-1 in the third and deciding game.
Yeah.
And what do I do that changed the tide, Silas?
He called timeout.
I called a timeout, knowing that I could have, that could be a whole song that I missed out of the Haim set list by calling this timeout. Yeah. But I thought I needed to send a message to you that, hey, this is more important to me than going to that concert.
Yeah.
And not that my play on the court necessarily took over and I won it for us, but I think that maybe gave you the, okay, he's in this to win it, and we ended up winning it in 3.
We did.
And then, thankfully, the concert was delayed. I missed the opener, but I caught the entire set, so it was a great day.
It was a great day. I mean, he's at the medal stand. I'm up there by myself. Everyone's already been called. We're about to take the picture, and out comes Paul running from the shower with his clothes on, and he barely caught the picture.
I think you need to, because you showered afterwards, too.
I did shower.
Maybe you can throw in the picture of us.
This is our championship picture right here, right out the shower. Oh man, I love it, Paul. Well, thank you for coming in.
That's a good way to end it, with us naked in the shower.
I like that. I like that. Oh, this is good. Who should I have? Who would you like to hear from our community? Who would you like to see on here next?
Oh my gosh. From our community. Oh gosh.
Because whoever you call out right now, I'm not gonna let up until they show up.
Okay. Man, that is tough. You've already had Rachel. You've already done Rachel on a show. Not a pickleball show.
Not on a pickle show. You're the first. Well, Justin's technically the first.
Okay.
You're the first that we've done in this kind of context where I'm asking questions and hearing your story.
Yeah. Of course, my friend Jeff Hookham, I think that would be Jeff would be great.
All right, we're going with Jeff.
All
we're
right.
going with Jeff because then Jeff will get to decide the next person.
Okay. All right. This is kind of like one of those. What is it? The water plunge challenge or whatever. You just name one person.
Ice plunge.
Ice plunge challenge. There you go. All right, Jeff, you have been challenged. Buddy.
You've been next. You've been chosen, Jeff.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. That was awesome.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun, man. I love just talking pickleball, man.
I know.